What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
I know that's a short and sweet kind of intro compared to what I've been doing, but seeing as how this is my playoff preview, it seemed incredibly appropriate. Sorry that I'm not getting this one done until probably right before the games kick off on Sunday by the time most of you guys see it. But hey, late is better than never. You know, I've been trying to get these out before the Thursday games happen. But, you know, at least I'm still doing them, unlike our friend Bobby, who gave up his weekly column at about week 6, you know. So, at least I'm still plugging along. Gonna start my playoff preview by pointing out that the two gentlemen who aren't in the playoffs, one of whom being Monday, who I think pretty much everybody expected him to be the guy who didn't make the cut, even though he made a hell of an effort at about, I guess it was from week 6 to about week 10 when he went on a 5-game winning streak and made it seem like he actually was going to be a force to be reckoned with. So congratulations, Monday. You may be stuck at the bottom, but you're still looking better than you looked at the beginning of the year. That's progress. And now, of course, on to our commissioner, who I know everybody is simply enthralled to see that he will not be part of the playoff mixture this year. Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time that you've missed the playoffs in Shit Talk Central. It had to happen eventually, you know. So you will not be the 4-time champ, and the good players on both yours and Monday's roster will not be able to ruin somebody else's run to a fantasy championship. There's 8 of us now, boys, and one of us is only 3 games away from claiming that championship and taking home the money. So let's just jump into the matchup, shall we? Well, before I do that, though, I do want to say thank you to our commissioner for calling an upset in each and every matchup and basically making it appear as though he has jinxed every single underdog. You know, we'll have to see how that turns out. Personally, I have a theory that 2 of the higher seeds are going to win and 2 of the lower seeds are going to win. Maybe that seems a little too cut and dry as far as predictions go, but let's face it, this entire season has been so even-handed. I mean, you know, we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, half of the guys in the playoffs have only managed a record of 6-7. 6-7. That's, I mean, come on. That's not great. Alright. Time to look at some matchups here, kids. Firstly, the Watt Monks and the DC Cavalry. You know, it wouldn't be the first time an 8 took out a 1. And since I have prior knowledge of this, I guess I should just go ahead and point out, it seems like Justin is off and running after getting 38 points from DeMarco Murray. I mean, and it, you know, it looks good for him. He's got the Texans defense playing Jacksonville. He's got both of his Detroit wide receivers playing Tampa Bay. You know, I mean, his other running backs have slightly questionable matchups. Yes, I know Washington is horrible, but they've played pretty good against the run. And, you know, Buffalo is solid, so who knows what's going to happen with C.J. Anderson. Honestly, I think the thing that could really hinge on whether or not McLean upsets Brett is really how much he ends up getting from Russell Wilson. because he's great on the field, has not always been great as far as a fantasy quarterback goes. Brett, on the other hand, has his two big weapons playing Buffalo with Peyton Manning and Demaryius Thomas. He's got Odell Beckham Jr. playing Tennessee. You're welcome. Rashad Jennings, last I heard, was questionable, so I don't know what he's planning on doing there because he's still got him in there. If Cleveland is even going to attempt to keep up with Indianapolis, Josh Gordon is probably going to have a big day. You know, look, I'm not here picking winners. I'm just previewing each of these matchups. And all I can say about this is that for a 1 and an 8, this looks like it's going to be a hell of a matchup. I mean, you know what, you guys probably want me to pick the matchups, so whatever, fuck it. Even though Justin already threw the first punch by getting 38 points from DeMarco, I'm going to say that Brett, our number 1 seed, at least finds a way to survive the first week. Just a gut call. Just a gut call. Alright, next, our 2-7 matchup. Pat and Holtz. You know, even though one is 2 and one is 7, I actually think that their two teams for most of the year have been pretty even-handed. I mean, you know, and Pat, you know, he's got Drew Brees, who's, yes, he's been disappointing in spots, but, you know, he's at home to Carolina. You gotta love that. He's got Marshawn Lynch playing Philly. Justin Forsett plays Miami, so that's kind of eh. Then Randall Cobb playing Atlanta. I mean, some matchups in his favor. On the other hand, it looks like Holtz, because of some iffy quarterback play, right now he's got Ryan Tannehill in there. You know, normally I would say that's a no-no, but being that he's playing Baltimore, who might have one of the worst secondaries in the league right now, maybe that pays off. You know, but Arian Foster should have a hell of a day. Who knows what's going to happen with LaShawn McCoy. As an Eagles fan, I hope for the best, but I won't lie, I'm not optimistic. And, you know, Holtz is still packing Greg Olsen, who, you know, amazingly is still healthy at this point. He could be a complete difference maker for Holtz, not just this week against Pat, but going into the rest of the playoffs. So, you know what? I'm gonna stick with. No, you know what? I'm going Pat on this one. I'm going Pat on this one. Again, it looks fairly even. Just a gut call. Just a gut call. Alright, on to our 3-6 matchup. The other guy who just barely made it in, besides McLean, that would be our buddy Cupcake, versus those terrible, terrible Tallies who just barely managed to beat me in the final week of the regular season. Man, did that suck. But anyhow, you know, 4 players in this game have already played on Thursday. Now, Des Bryant getting 14 points, for my money, is neither bad nor good. But the fact that Bobby had all 3 of his players surpass 20 points, like, that does not look great for Cupcake. Like, you know, that just makes things seem a little more in question, you know, especially since he's going to have to deal with Bobby playing Andrew Luck against Cleveland, and you know, it does look though like Bobby still has the Eagles defense in there against Seattle. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up getting negative points from them. That wouldn't surprise me at all. If I was him, I'd probably be looking for somebody else I mean, maybe he is. Maybe he's got some waiver wire plan early in the morning. Who knows? I'm doing this very, very early on Sunday morning, so. Poor Cupcake, though. I mean, Alfred Morris, playing against St. Louis, who's been playing much better run D lately. Jeremy Maclin playing Seattle. Blah. He's got 3 Saints going up against Carolina, so you got to figure he's going to get a lot of his points from that particular matchup. And of course, Tom Brady playing San Diego. He's going to be hungry for a win after losing to the Packers, so that could be a good one. I think I got to pick Bobby, though. Sorry, Cupcake. Sorry. We talked about this privately. We said if he got less than 50 points from his 3 guys, you would have a really good shot. But he got 70 points from his 3 guys. That puts you in real jeopardy for my money. Next. My matchup with Baker. The 4-5 matchup. I'm not going to lie, I'm super nervous about this matchup because if anybody's been actually paying attention to anything that I've been saying, I have had very little faith at all in Baker's team, and I feel like this is his opportunity to basically prove me wrong and make me shut the fuck up, especially given the fact that when draft day happened, we all made fun of him picking all these injury-prone players, and now, sure enough, here we are, week 1 of the playoffs, and I'm the guy missing big players because of injury. Not having Andre Ellington or Deshaun Jackson is probably going to hurt me pretty bad. And he's got some scary fucking matchups, dude. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins, Jacksonville, fucking... he's playing the Rams D against Washington, which makes me wish all the more that I could play Deshaun Jackson to try and stick it to his D. But what could really be interesting here is that it seems like no matter how you slice this game, it's going to come down to Monday night because I'll be playing Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay defense. He's got Matt Ryan and Eddie Lacy going. So, I mean, I wish that I wasn't stuck with injuries right now. I'd be a lot more confident about this one. Not to mention the fact that I think he's got me severely beat at tight end, even though he's only got Antonio Gates, because Larry Donnell is really pissing me off, but I feel like I have nothing better to go with. I saw Jeff make a comment about how he feels like I have 3 players on my team who are basically better than anybody that Baker has on his squad. I don't necessarily disagree with that. It's just that on any given week, who the fuck knows? And I've got a lot of guys playing on the road this week. And I mean, so does he. But, since I really have no idea yet what I want to do with my flex spot, do I want to play Crabtree? Do I want to play Frank Gore? Do I want to risk Deshaun Jackson if he decides to play? I have no idea, and I probably still won't make that decision for a couple hours. Got Crabtree in there right now. Don't fucking love it. And then I got Jordan Matthews playing against Seattle. He's hot. Him and Sanchez look like they have a real bromance going on. But, is it going to be good enough to withstand that Seattle defense that looks like it's back to playing championship level football? We'll see. We'll see. But anyhow, I just wanted to make sure you guys didn't think that I skipped out on my 2 cents right around playoff time. So there you have it. Chad's 2 cents, the playoff preview. I hope you all enjoy it. Good luck to everybody in the playoffs, except for you, Baker, because I'm playing you. No, I'm just playing. Good luck to everybody. Seriously, may the best man win. And, may we have some good matchups so at least people can feel like they didn't get fucked over. And thanks again to Mundy and Jeff for bowing out early. Appreciate that, guys. All right. We'll see y'all next week. If I decide to do one for next week. I haven't decided yet.